What's up? Hey everybody. Look at this. We got a slightly nicer setup thing going on here. Marginally more professional looking. Still looks pretty bad, but I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. It gets the job done. Arial font spotted? It's not Arial, actually. Starting off early, as I have been lately with the streams. Hope I'm having a good day. I'm not, actually. It's time to rant, because my freaking neighbor has had people coming over to, like, do, like, yard work for them for, like, the past, like, week or two. And they're, like, you know, trimming the hedges and, like, branches off their trees and stuff. And they're using all these loud-ass power tools. And today they were doing it at 8 in the morning. And my window is pointed right at their yard where they were working. So, no sleep for me, and I stayed up late last night, so that was bad. And, you know, it's one of those things where, like, they stopped after a couple hours, and it was like, oh, I could go back to sleep, but I'm already up, and when I'm up, I can't fall back asleep. So I'm tired. I wanted to friggin' go scream at them, but I'm like, this is not gonna solve a problem. They're doing their job. Why does it gotta be at 8 in the morning? So that was annoying. Thank you very much, Cancer. Pariah became the bullshit man. Yeah. I replaced my very nice handwriting with some generic text. Yes, trying to make things look ever so slightly nicer. Happy Zelda Day? Is that a thing? Is Zelda Day a thing, or you just mean for the release of Echoes of Wisdom? Why did I downgrade? I think that this would, in most people's considerations, be an upgrade. I kinda liked the, like, garbageness of the handwriting stuff, but yeah, it looks bad. I knew it looked bad and I was kind of okay with it, but I had always intended to upgrade to something a little nicer looking. Pariah needs a new look, I agree. In Arial font? It's actually not Arial. Oh yeah, thoughts on the first Dark Beginnings episode? I'm sure that this is the most Pariah's thing you ever heard. It was okay. It was fine. It didn't blow me away. It did not knock my socks off. Honestly, not much happened. I mean, really, if you watch the episode, it can all be boiled down to Shadow has a dream of a bunch of, like, his memories, and he suspects that it's caused by Black Doom and that he might not be dead, and then he leaves to investigate. And that's the whole episode. But, you know, it's just the first part, and I doubt that these Dark Beginnings animations are gonna be, like, a full contained story. It's just set up for Shadow Generations. So, I'm not gonna get on its case about it yet. We'll wait until we get the full picture. But as of now, it was fine. Dialogue was bad. Stop telling us information, instead show us. What are you talking about? Everyone knows that you should tell your audience the information. Showing it is overrated. Thoughts on the actual writing? I mean, really, there wasn't even that much there. A little bit of interaction stuff with Maria and Shadow, and that's it, basically. And the Maria Shadow stuff was fine enough. Like, yeah, it was barely a plot. Like, it's not even, like, the prologue of a story. It is the inciting, like, paragraph. Oh yeah, and the Broken Moon is back. I can't wait to see some interview or whatever where someone tries to explain that and pretend that it all makes sense. Can't wait. Thank you, Elijah. Animation looks good? Yeah, the animation looked good. I know some people are not into the 3D, low frame rate anime look, but I'm fine with it. I don't mind it. Year of Shadow feels like Year of Luigi, but actually working. Little bit. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I had to say about it? Oh yeah, not the animation, but I finally read the Shadow manga, the first chapter of that came out, which I enjoyed. I like that more than the Dark Beginnings animation because it was written by a Japanese person. Just feed them what they want. But no, seriously. I like the manga because it was, like, introducing a new, like, element to Shadow that kind of, like, builds off of, like, original concepts of Shadow in fun ways. Because, like, the idea with Shadow is him being, like, trying to be, you know, an artificial Sonic, and, like, he is not that in Sonic Adventure 2. He falls short of what he's supposed to be, and the manga introduces that Shadow is trying to, like, be part of the procedures to cure Maria's illness, but it didn't work. So Shadow turns into, like, a failed experiment that just kind of, like, left there, and the scientific researchers don't care about him. Nobody cares about him. The only person that does care about Shadow is Maria, which is nice, and it builds on that idea of, like, Shadow not being what he's supposed to, not living up to the goals of the project. And there's potential there to, like, build on something cool. So I like that. I like where the manga's going so far. Ideas that actually work. I know! Ideas that work and are respectful and build on the original concepts. Crazy. Also, I saw a thing that, apparently the publisher of the manga in Japan was, like, really mad that it was pirated immediately and a bunch of people were reading it that way. And it's like, well, motherfuckers, provide an official way to read it in English, then. What the fuck you want us to do? Don't pirate it, but we're not gonna give you a way to read it. Just don't read it at all. Fuck you. Like, that's what you want us to do? In the words of the great Gaben himself, piracy is a service issue. They did not provide a way for us to read this manga, but we were still gonna read it, you know? Do I think they'll have Black Knight levels in Sonic X Shadow? Probably not. I mean, it's all stuff that's, like, relevant to Shadow's memories, right? Shadow didn't actually go into Black Knight world. Literally everyone said that. Like, it would be cool if, like, when the manga is complete, if they release, like, an English trade paperback. That would be nice. Please do that. Like, clearly all this piracy should demonstrate to them that there is a market for the manga. So do that. Also nice to finally have a Sonic manga. I don't know why it took this long. Like, there's been a couple of small things in the past, but I mean like a legit Sonic manga that is in the game world with the game characters that feels authentic to the series. Why did it take so long for this to happen? And also, I don't know if anyone's, like, got the details on it. I haven't seen. Have they talked about, like, is that manga, like, just for the lead-up to Sonic X Shadow? Or, like, is it gonna be, like, 3 issues or something? Or is it gonna be, like, a continual, like, manga that's just gonna keep going for a while? I have no idea. I assume it's, like, to tie in with Sonic X Shadow, right? $12-chapter manga series? That's, 1, cool, but 2, kind of crazy, because that's gonna blow way past the game. Neato. I'm down for that. What's up with the mic? Oh yeah, I futzed around with my microphone settings a little bit. Does it sound better? I've been trying to get it to sound better forever, because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to audio engineering. How does it sound? Is it okay now? It's so frustrating, because I don't know nothing about this stuff. It sounds good? Okay. Sounds a bit clearer? Good. That's what I've been desperately trying to get for so long. And I've just been fumbling my way to trying to get something decent. Did my vids sound bad? I think all of my videos, my microphone quality sounds bad. I need compression. I have compression. The thing is, I don't know what that is or what that does. And I don't know, should I turn it up or down and how that affects the other sliders. I don't know what any of these things are. And I've looked it up and tried to understand it and learn it, and I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay, Grandpa, listen. My area of expertise is in storytelling. I don't understand sound. I don't know your musics and your audios. That's not what I do. I was speaking through a Kinect in Ms. Godan video. Yeah, I mean, my old videos, including, like, my early Sonic videos, completely unlistenable, I would say. Did I see the recent Sonic X Shadow trailer? Like the one from the Sonic Central? Yeah, I saw it. It looked cool. Oh yeah, also the movie DLC. So that's what that is. That DLC pack with a skin in one level. Well, that's a thing that's happening. Now I have to watch the Sonic movies, right? No. I'm still not going to. But, this does paint a potential future that I definitely don't want, which is if the third movie does really well, and people, like, dig this DLC movie Shadow level, there is a dark future. The bad future is awaiting for us of, like, Sonic Team potentially making, like, a movie tie-in game. That could happen. We could live in that timeline. And I desperately don't want to live in that timeline, but that may happen. It is what it is, yes. Everyone, don't buy the movie DLC if you don't want this dark future. We have time. We're in the past right now. We can destroy the robot teleporter. Don't buy the movie DLC. Because if you do, horrible things will happen to us. Playing a Shadow in Tokyo, you already bought it? Wait a dawn, no! You're gonna ruin everything! If that happens, will I leave the series? I didn't know I was at the series. Is that you can be at a series physically? Am I standing on it? Is it like next to me? We're so close to getting back to on the right timeline. Please don't mess it up again right after Generations like last time. Yeah, you know, that is definitely something I'll say. Between the manga and, like, the stuff we've seen of the game and the Dark Beginnings, I am infinitely more interested in the story, like, stuff happening right now in Sonic than I have been in 15 years. So that's nice. Will it actually pan out and pay off and be good? That's a mystery that only time can solve. But the game is looking good. I'm interested in the potential of story stuff. I mean, I imagine it's probably still gonna be, you know, not very much to it. But hopefully it's okay. Alright, see you later, Gesekai. Hope to see you, sometime soon once more. Why play Spark 3 next stream? Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna do Spark 1 and 2 today, and then Spark 3 the next stream, which honestly I might do tomorrow. I've been thinking about, just as an experiment, like, trying to do a lot of streaming in 1 week, just to see how that performs. So I might actually stream tomorrow, do Spark 3 then. Also, honestly, I just want to play the game, because I just played 1 and 2, and I'm all in the Spark mood right now, but I said I was gonna do my first playthrough on stream. So I gotta get through this first, so we can get to Spark 3. I already did 3 streams in a row once? Did? I don't even remember that. But that means that there's not gonna be a video this week, because I've been working on other stuff for videos, like in the background. Like making these, nicer templates, because it's not just the starting soon. I got, like... Here, I'll show it. I like, this one for the Be Right Back screen. Check this. I got music for it that plays in the background, and we got a little fan art showcase here. So if I have to, like, go to the bathroom or whatever, I can show off, cool things that, people have made. So if you want your fan art to show up here, send it to my email. Even if you've already sent it to me, if it was like on Twitter, I don't have any of those old conversations anymore, so send them to me again. And I'll throw them all up in the rotation here. We getting really fancy? That's what I'm saying. I wanted to up the production value a little, just a bit. It still mostly looks like crap. It's just slightly better. Hey, there's Gesekai's art right there. That's for, Alice in, Shadow Apocalypse. A lot of these are for Shadow Apocalypse ideas. Play Astrobot? I'd love to, but I don't have a PS5. Any kind of fan art besides Rule 34, of course? Yeah, it doesn't have to be Sonic. In fact, it's preferred if it's not. Probably upping the production value before being done with Sonic? Yeah, that is the idea. Because I'm gonna shift the channel in a new direction, so I kind of want to, like, you know, doll things up to try to appeal to a new audience. Glad I upgraded from hand-drawn text to real font. I mean, I did like the crappiness of the hand-drawn. But this is a little nicer looking, I would say. Anyway, how about we start playing one of them video game things that I hear the kids are into these days? It's always at an angle. I was typing with a goddamn mouse. Get off my back. Alright, here we are. Oh god, loud. Loud on my end. It should be fine on your guys' ends. So here's the thing. I was testing this. I always test games before streaming them to make sure that they, like, work and that they're fine. Spark the Electric Jester is not fine. If I pause the game, it will crash. Only when OBS is running. I don't know why, but that's a thing. So, there's probably gonna be crashes here. We'll do our best. Also, before we get going, I want to ask, I'm just going to do a normal story playthrough. How many people have played the first two Spark the Electric Jesters? Because the third one got, like, a lot of hype around it, and people were, like, really talking that one when it first came out. But I had never seen people talk about the first two games when they came out. Like, I've been a Spark fan for longer than any of you fuckers. I backed the original Spark the Electric Jester on Kickstarter. I'm a real OG, motherfuckers. And everyone talks about how great Spark 3 is, but Spark 1 is a great game. And Spark 2 is also very good, but all of its levels are in Spark 3, so that might be obsolete, I don't know. Anyway, let's begin. Spark the Electric Jester. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Oh, this is... Oh god, I just paused because... Oh god, you know what that means. You know what's gonna happen? The game's gonna crash. It crashed. God damn it. Let's try that again. Does that mean I'm in the credits? I should be, I think. You hate how Spark 1 is overshadowed? Yeah, because when I was testing stuff, I had checkpoints and I continued game. I gotta start a new game. There. New playthrough. I'm gonna be skipping all of the cutscenes because... Yeah, credit to Lake. He makes great games. He's a really cool dude. I like him a lot. His writing is fucking terrible. So would you believe it or not, this is a 2D game that plays a lot like a certain other game out there that Blake may have made fan games of in the past. Kirby. Although he hasn't made any Kirby fan games, but it does play like Kirby. Oh god. What I just picked up is a Kirby power-up. This staff here. Because this game has combat in it. Lots of combat. And the combat is, like, fucking terrible in Spark 2. I don't know how it is in Spark 3. It's not bad in Spark 1. Also, you can kill shit really fast with certain movesets. Didn't this come out same time as Sonic Mania? It did, yeah. 2017, same year. Okay, here we go. So the thing with Spark is that it's like, it takes the idea of like the elemental shields from Sonic 3 and Knuckles of like getting these power-ups that give you different abilities. But then it says, but what if instead they were Kirby power-ups? So they gave you entirely different movesets. Basically every power-up in this game is a different playable character. So like the staff here, or the bat it is, it's mostly just like normal Spark, but slightly enhanced. Whereas this wind power, I can charge up and then launch myself in different directions. You can hover to slow your descent, and you can do infinite air dashes where you lose very little height. You also get triple jump and a whole bunch of other shit. Oh yeah, there's also a dash with invincibility frames on it. And it's very cool. This power is probably the best one in the game, honestly, for, like, mobility and getting through levels. It's very similar to Mila in Freedom Planet. God Spark is an ugly character? He is. He is. That's another thing Lake needs. It told you could kill shit fast in this. Oh yeah, it also gives you Spin Dash, the wind power. Lake needs to get a writer, and he needs to get artists. His backgrounds are fine. Like, look at his background art. It's great. But he needs, like, character artists. He needs a character designer. He needs, animators. He needs modelers, sprite artists, all that. Because that shit is all terrible in his games. Have I seen the Shadow anime? Yeah, I watched it. I didn't watch it in English, obviously. What's this? More wind! I'll go through a lot of the powers, just to show off a lot of what you can do in this game as we encounter them. Oh. Playing this game on the higher difficulties, you really gotta learn to dodge shit. Because this game has Fark, the metal Spark, who's definitely not Metal Sonic. What are you talking about? And he only has 3 hit points, and then you unlock like a hard mode of Spark, where you only get 1. So this is the wand from Kirby, the whatever it's called wand. I don't remember what it is. Oh yeah, this too. Oh, I just swapped out the wand when I didn't want to. Okay, well now I have the Kamina glasses and this sword, which you can charge up to like get enhanced speed and jumping. There's a lot of powers in this game, and they're all quite different. You know, a lot of people are not looking forward to Rouge in English. I wouldn't be, if that was a problem I had to deal with. Pierce the Galaxy? Yes. Oh, especially yes. I assume Spark 3 does this kind of shit as well, because every game that Lake makes does this. But when we get to the finale of this game, there's stuff. What is this? Oh yeah, this is the Kamehameha power. You can charge up and then shoot a thing. You get like little projectiles. Some of the powers are more focused on movement, some of them are more focused on combat, and some of them have like a little bit of both. This one's pretty much an entirely combat power. Whereas the sword has a little bit of combat, a little bit of movement. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if it's coming through on my mic. They're still doing the yard work. I can hear it. It's really loud. They're still, like, going with saws and whatever. This game is Kirby-like? Yeah, basically Spark the Electric Jester is like 2D Sonic, Kirby, and like a Platinum game fused together. You can hear it? God damn it. Sorry about that. If it makes you feel better, they woke me up at 8 in the morning, so I have it much worse than you do. Oh yeah, you can also see as I attack, I fill up that meter in the bottom left, which then you can charge up to release your special. I don't remember what it is for the sword. There you go. There's some dodging, functions as a parry. Oh yeah, I have this. What does this fully charged do? Oh, it does that. Just move? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll move to get to solve this problem. Oh yeah, that's the end of the level. Can Spark 2 KO Ken? I mean, that's kind of what this power has. I can charge it up, and then that little blue thing gives me enhanced speed and strength. Did I catch your follow-up message on coffee? I don't think I did, Super Grim. I'll have to check that later. Sorry. Oh yeah, by the way, the music in this game, really all of Lake's games, fucking amazing. So good. What was that up here? The bat. I didn't want to do that. Okay, it doesn't swap the thing you're holding, it swaps the other thing. The thing in your inventory. Okay, good to know. Do I find this a good Sonic-like, despite thinking Sonic shouldn't have combat? Well, that's the benefit of games like Freedom Planet or Spark the Electric Jester. They're not Sonic. They can do things that I wouldn't necessarily want Sonic to do, and I'm okay with it. These games have combat, and they're good, so I'm okay with it. Oh, here's another new power. So, yeah, okay, there you go. The Night Power, not super great, honestly. Doesn't give you any new movement abilities, and you got big, wide-hitting attacks, but it does low damage. This is the power for newbies, because when you fill up the meter, it gives you a shield, which protects you for 1 hit of damage, which isn't really that important in the normal mode. But in the hard mode, where you have 1 hit, it's very important for fighting bosses. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. So this is edgy. This is one of the other best powers in the game for movement. This is Shadow the Hedgehog power, literally, when you see Spurt 2. This one lets you do multiple air dashes, gives you a double jump. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about the double jump later too. But also it has this cool ability. You can run on walls. And it's not like shitty like Knuckles Chaotix Espio running on walls. You can just like do it. And it's it makes it super fast and fun. Like that. Yeah, there you go. You can see the knight giving me that shield. Damn it. Gotta learn the timings on stuff to dodge correctly. Oh yeah, the full meter attack on Edgy is a Chaos Blast. Yes, that is correct. So here's a cool thing about the double jump on Edgy. It gives me a little forward boost if you're holding forward. That is additive. It'll just keep speeding you up. There's a lot of shit in the way here, but if I can find a situation where I can really show it off, it's super cool. You can kind of see it a little bit. I'm trying to like combine the speed of the dash and the double jump, and they do like add together and give you a big boost. It's very cool. Look at this shit. Look at the mobility in this game. Super fun. Edgy is good when you're able to master it? Yeah. So this is ice. This one's kind of neat. It gives you slipperier controls. Gives you a platform you can spawn as a cool mobility option. And you can also shoot these little things that give you some extra airtime. Edgy's one of your favorite abilities in this game? Oh yeah, I mean, it's clearly one of the best. And you can see, some powers could just demolish bosses. There's more movesets here than you expected? Yeah, there's a lot of movesets in this game. Oh, here's another one. Sonic Riders, anybody? And this one has a boost mode, kind of like Advance 2 and 3. And the cool thing about the board is that its thing is you have this little airborne attack that you can do. But as you can see what I'm doing there, it gives you a little upward boost. But that is based on your current upward momentum. So if you do it at the peak, it's just like Cream in Sonic Advance 3. If you do it at the peak of your jump, barely get anything. Whereas if you jump immediately, you get a bunch of height. And that works off of springs and everything. It's fucking awesome. This game is awesome. This is why I'm like, why does everyone only talk about Spark 3? This game rules. You can do so much awesome shit in it. Because it's ugly? So is Spark 3. All of Lake's games are ugly, because he does the art himself. And there's still more powers. There's like at least 4 more powers to show off, I think. At least. Actually, 5 or maybe even 6. Plus Fark, the other playable character. Actually, this big flatland would be a good place to show off the additive, edgy, double jump. Yeah, you see that speed building? Yeah, motherfuckers. It's cool. And then, yeah, you fill the meter on Edgy, and then you charge, and you get a Chaos Blast. Blake is not shy about his influences. I mean, obviously, Spark is just wearing the Kirby hat. But there's other stuff. There's a lot. If anyone has seen the final boss of this game, you know what kind of J's he's rocking. As a way to put it. You still listen to final boss music sometime? The final boss music of this game, we'll get there. We'll get there. Anytime you come up with horizontal speed moves, you're afraid of creating situations where you wait to spam one move sequence all the time. Honestly, I think it's okay to have that in certain situations. As long as the rest of the moveset, like, is still practical and useful, and it's fun to do that, I think that's fine. Like, Carol in Freedom Planet 2 has her, like, down kick that gives her a little speed boost, and that's also additive. And I think it's great. I love it. It's super fun. You just do down kick, down kick, down kick, and it's amazing. Okay, so this is Knuckles. Now you a fighter, and you can do fighting. Oh, Cuckles the Echidna. Thank you very much. Welcome to, the Pariah supporters. Enjoy your emotes. Okay, I just did a zip there. Fucking professional Spark speedrunner. I bet you didn't know I was, one of them. Oh, hell yeah, this power is super cool. There's so many powers in this game. So this is Archer. You get arrows that you can shoot in 8 directions. And if you shoot them up or down, they give you, like, speed boosts. And these are also additive to your upward or downward speed. So you can, jump and shoot up. And if you're up high and you want to fall down low quickly, you can shoot down a bunch. It's so cool! And because you have many that give you little boosts, you can, like, float like that. Is that a crossbow? Whatever! Shut up! Actually, not the best moveset for combat. More of a movement moveset. Everything but the dash is additive in this game? Yes. The dash just sets you to your, like, base movement speed, which I think is a good choice. Oh yeah, the game also runs like shit sometimes. That's just how it is. Crossbows are lame? Damn. There's a mod for Colors Ultimate for Substantial X only? I know. I will be adding it to the spreadsheet soon. I just realized with the firepower, if you dash and attack, then you could do, like, the Kirby burning attack. Oh yeah, you can still attack that thing when it's off screen. Dick. Fucking platform. So when you fill up the Archer, you get super arrows and you get infinite arrows for a brief time. I am aware, Enrica. I looked at the game banana. I saw the things. It's all gonna be on the spreadsheet. Don't worry, everybody. I'm working on another, like, update to it to clean up the layout even more, make it more easy to use. Someone made a remaster version of this called Spark the Electric Jester Recharged. I believe that somebody is Fark, who I think... Or not Fark, what's the... I forget what the developer's name is. But I think they've worked on the Spark games a little bit. Folk. Yes, that's it. Folk. So many similar sounding things in this goddamn series. Yeah, some of these levels, you can definitely benefit from certain powers over other ones. Like, I really wish I had Edgy to just run up these walls. I guess this works. There it is. Perfect. Give me that shit. Edgy is one of the powers that I use most in this game when playing through it. Because, look at it. Of course I use this most. Why wouldn't you? Oh, it's by Fargle, not Fart? What is up with everyone having all these goddamn names that sound like things from the games? Stop confusing me. Oh yeah, you can also breathe fire, like the Kirby. Feels like if Knuckles climbing was actually good. You could say the same thing for Carol in Freedom Planet. She is also What If Knuckles climbing was way more fun. Like, these games take the, like, oh, Advance 3 gives you the spin dash on the walls, and they're like, psh, basic bitch shit. We can make it way cooler. Yep. That looks cluttered. Yeah, visually the game is a bit messy. Give me a wind again. Like I said, this is my favorite power for mobility. I mean, it's clearly the best one. I think it's the one the speedrunners use. Yeah. And also spin dash in wind form? Yeah. Not super useful, though, I don't think. Yeah, using some of those iframes on those dodges. Which in Freedom Planet 2, they're like, yo, Spark has an iframe dodge. Get that shit. Put that shit in our game. So my first time playing these games? Not 1 and 2, no. 3 will be my first time. I'll play it on stream. But no, I played 1 and 2 when they first came out. This is Chemical Plant off of Temu. Little bit. I eventually play the Freedom Planets on stream? Yes. Oh yeah, this is a boss where learning to dodge is a big benefit. Saying you could just go right through them. And I did it terribly there. Master Disaster? I have been planning to do a video on that exact thing for a long-ass time. Yes, I am actually sick of iframe dodges in action games. They are very overused, and in a lot of games, honestly, they're not even that interesting. I think it works well in these games, because it lets you, like, keep the pace up without, like, having to stop for hazards. I think it works well in, like, a Sonic-type game. But, yeah, like, action games, I am actually sick of, like, dodges and parries, the way that they're done in, like, everything. But my dodge roll, the big problem for me is that, like, games like that, almost the entirety of the combat can get boiled down to just press dodge at the right time. That's the whole combat system, essentially. Especially if games let you cancel everything. That is, oh, yeah. Then it's like you don't even need to think about what you're doing. Here's the Amy moveset. This is a full combat one. I'll use it for bosses. Yeah, you don't even have to think about what you're doing, because you can just cancel whatever you're doing into, like, dodging. So you can just, like, mindlessly go nuts and then just look for attack startup animations and press the win button, basically. And it's just not interesting. Meanwhile, back in, like, 2005, or whenever the hell it came out, God Hand showed up and showed all these fucking kids how to have iframe dodges in your games. Because God Hand has multiple different types of dodges for different situations. Some of them don't even have iframes, and there are downsides to the ones that do. So the hammer... You can, yeah, you build up the meter and you can do that, like, volcano hit thing there. And if you can put it under the boss, it'll just destroy them, because you can attack while it's going, and you can see what's happening. Oh, so this guy is, like, come in a robot earthbender, man. But he's dead. This is, I think, the best power for combat. In Spark 1 and 2, you feel on autopilot most of the time. You have not tried to play Spark's Challenge. That's what that sounds like. When you have 7 hits, sure, you can get real lazy. Play the game when you have 1 hit, and it forces you to, like, get good and pay attention. Like, in a good way. Like, it's not like, oh, you just throw on a 1-hit mode and it just is like shit. The game feels like it's designed for the 1-hit mode, and this is, like, the easy tutorial. This game feels like it's really just getting you ready for the hardest difficulty. It's actually 2 hits? Yeah, it is actually 2 hits, not 1 hit. That is correct. Because you get, like, 1 extra hit when your health bar is depleted. Just like Bayonetta. But you don't want to pay attention and get good? You do. It makes the game more fun. Because, yeah, when you're playing the first playthrough, it is very just, like, shove your body through the game and you'll make it. But when you have to, like that, if I was playing on the hardest difficulty, I'm almost dead right now. I have to not make another mistake until I get to another healing thing. And they're pretty generously placed around, but they're spread enough that you can absolutely die when you're just 2 hits. You just want to press right and win. Well, you can do that if you would like. That's what the first playthrough is for. It's for learning the game. And then the other playthroughs are like the actual game. Did I like Shadow Dark Beginnings? It was fine. Not much happened, but it was kind of cool. There was a pointless fight between Shadow and Emerald that was cool, but didn't really do anything to forward the story. And that reminds me of reading the IDW comics, which is kind of trauma-inducing in a way. The challenges in one you lock feel like hell. Yeah, there's also a challenge mode. That shit sucks. Those challenges are ridiculous. Some of Lake's terrible sprite art there for all to enjoy. Children of all ages can appreciate how bad his art is in his games. I died. Oh yeah, that's the thing. The little, like, sparkles, they're like this game's coins or rings. They fill up that meter above your health, and if it's full, then you get a revive. The Emerald fight is to remember who's writing Dark Beginnings. Well, my hope is that, like I said, Dark Beginnings isn't supposed to be a full story. It's there to, like, set up and establish things for, like, the actual game itself. So hopefully that's just there to, like, let you know who Emerald is, so that way when he shows up in the game, it'll be, like, you know, establishing that. That's what I would like. That would, like, make sense, instead of he's just there because it's cool. This power is so ridiculously busted. Again, very similar to Mila in Freedom Planet. I really like crapping on Lake Sprite art. Look, man. Bad. I can't... The thing that really bothers me about it in particular is that these games are so awesome, but they're so ugly that they're gonna be off-putting to a lot of people. Like, if there's anything we know from Pizza Tower, it's that you can have a good game, but what really matters is that it looks good. That's how you get the sales. And I feel like Lake's games deserve to sell better, but they don't because they look so ugly. And it's just like, man, I want you to succeed. Please help yourself do that. God, I am just playing like shit. Yep. God. Could have just stood on the platform, but I'm like, no, I gotta do it the fast way, but then I screwed it up so much that it was definitely not the fast way. Why do I hate Spark's design so much? He's just a stickman with Jester clothes? Yeah, that's why I hate it! He's just a fucking stickman! I don't know if you're aware, but stickman are not exactly the peak of character design. I see a lot of, like, you see a lot of it in games in Sage, where they have just, like, a stickman character, and I just cannot do with stickman as the character in your game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna die. Nah, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I've beaten this game on the hardest difficulty. I've beaten this boss without taking many hits. I died. I forgot about that. Stickman can look cool. Not to me. Is this game almost done already? No. We are nowhere near the end of anything. We're like probably a third through the game. My accidental comedic timing is great as ever. Wait, what do you mean accidental? This is all a performance. I know what's gonna happen. This is all planned out exactly. That glitched out. I think I'm broken. I'm broken, and I'm gonna have to pause the game, and that's gonna make the game crash. Damn it! Game crash. Yeah, Lake's games are not super polished. At least the first two Sparks and his fan games aren't. Alright, later, Alpha the Artist. I think I could post runs of Sonic games? No. I mean, I could, but those would get horrible views. When actually focused on playing, it's satisfying to watch. Thank you, but yeah, if I just do raw gameplay, that's not gonna do well, and then that hurts you in the algorithm. Why don't I use Windows 11? Because I built my PC before Windows 11 was a thing. Also, I hear talk it's not very good. I'm gonna die again! I died again. This game takes inspiration from Sonic a bit too much. I mean, you think this game takes too much inspiration from Sonic? Wait till we see the second game. The second game has a lot less of this, like, more unique stuff, and is much more just Sonic. Damn it! I tried to get away. The hitbox is way bigger than it looks like. Fuck! Man, when I'm focused, I can play this game no probs, and then I'm streaming, and I'm terrible. I see why so many, like, streamers and Let's Players seem so bad at games. Because they have, like, an average skill level, and then the streaming or recording, like, debuff makes you worse. I feel it. Okay, there, Jesus. Oh, by the way, Master Disaster, while you're here. No, what the heck? Why is it breaking again? Is it just, like, completely fucked? God damn it. Okay. Hold on. Please, game, don't be like this. Yeah, the combat in Spark 2 sucked? That's because it did. Spark did not crash this much for me. It's OBS. For some reason, playing the game with OBS, anytime you pause it, it crashes. Don't know why that happens, but it happens. You know what I think the problem is? I think my save file might be busted because I hit the checkpoint, but then it, like, broke. And I think the game might think that I've beaten the level, even though I haven't beaten the level. So I can't, like, beat the level. Okay, there we go. That's what's supposed to happen. I have never encountered that bug before. That's bad. Oh yeah, there's, like, some actual, like, animated cutscenes. I'll show these ones, because these can be kind of fun. Broken game 0 out of 10. A lot of Lakes games are broken. That's how it be. Hello? What the heck, man? This game really doesn't like OBS, I think. Okay. Okay, we're continuing now? I don't know what that was. I was stuck on that screen for some reason. But we're good now. We're good. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with this game. Look, it's got technical problems, but it's fun. It's worth it to put up with them, I think. And also, you don't have as many... You can pause the game when you're not recording it or streaming it. Maybe it's taking a long time to load? Yeah, I don't know what that was. No, there was an upper route there. This isn't Spark 3? No, you see how in the title of the stream it says 1 and 2? Those are, in fact, not 3s. That's how numbers work. You get lost in this level a lot? Yeah, it's a little confusing. Thoughts on slippery movement in platformers? I mean, it all really depends. What does slippery movement even mean? Because you could argue that any game that has momentum physics has slippery movement. The physics on this are a little weird. You lose so much speed going uphill that even if you're, like, blazing forward, you run up a wall for, like, a third of a second and all your speed is gone. Doesn't feel good. I don't like it. That. Trying to read chat and play game. Yeah. And now I gotta scratch my nose. How can I do all these things at once? I just went backwards. See? It's a confusing level. There we go. There we go. Am I gonna do the second campaign of Spark 1? Nah. Because it's mostly playing the same game, just as a different character. I'll show off Fark, because he's cool. But we'll just move on to Spark 2. You like the Spark fireworks in the background? Yeah, they're nice. How would I rate Spark 1 and 2? I like Spark 1 more. But they're both really good. You know what? Let's switch off powers just because I don't want to keep using the same thing forever. Oh god, Crash 2 ice levels. I don't know why that came up, but Crash 2 ice levels are fucking awful. The ice physics in those games make no fucking sense. That and Rayman 1 have really bad ice physics. Where, like, you have ice physics while you're standing on the ice, but also if you jump off the ice, you still have ice physics. But then if you touch solid ground again, you don't have ice physics, and if you jump, you still don't have ice physics. And it's just so fucking confusing and weird. And then also in Crash, if you're, like, not moving because you're up against the surface, you still have momentum, so if you, like, jump over a box you're stuck against, you just suddenly gain a bunch of... It's just terrible. It's terrible. The ice physics are so bad. Wind power-up gone? Yeah, I got rid of it. I want to use different things, even if the wind power-up is super good. Variety. Is there any game with ice sections that don't suck? I don't really mind ice levels in Mario. Banjo has fine ice levels, I would say. Sonic Unleashed, yeah. Unleashed has perfectly fine ice levels. I forgot when I'm climbing with ice I can spawn a platform. Should use that, it's very good. Oh yeah, some enemies is not about damage, it's just number of hits. And they have like long iframe periods. I was just trying to mash it out. Don't mash it out, kids. You're just gonna make a fool of yourself. Windows wallpaper looking background. I mean, clearly this is intentional. That. This game is kind of ugly the more you look at it, actually. See? It's not just me. Especially considering Freedom Planet came out like 3 years before this game, and that game looks great. I mean, the backgrounds is all like Lake is a very good environment artist. I think his backgrounds and all the art assets and stuff look really good. I'm mean about it. I'm just having fun. I'm mean about everything. Usually that's me joking. Did I like Dark Beginnings? It was okay. I mean, there's not really much to it. Not much to like. Not being real, but he's right. Lake's games deserve to look better. That's the thing. I say that because I love these games, and I think that they would sell significantly better if they looked better. That's all. Did I watch Wendy's translation or the original of The Dark Beginnings? Well, from what I could tell, it was pretty much an accurate translation, I think. In the official subtitles. I know a little bit of Nihongo. Are fan subs better than official subs? It depends. Sometimes official subs can be great. Other times, I've heard that in recent times, there's been some real shit with official subs where they're, like, completely changing what characters are saying. Or maybe not in official subs, but in, like, dubs, at least. Which is super fucked. But also, there can be a lot of, like, unprofessionalism in fan subs, and, like, some, like, interpretation of what characters are saying in a way to, like, make it edgier than it actually is. Plus, of course, you sometimes get those paragraphs of translators' notes, which is like, yeah, I mean, I kind of respect what you're going for, but don't do that. You're okay with dubs having personality? I mean, can't they just have the personality of the work itself? Like, I'm not here to listen to the writing of the translators. I'm here to listen to the writing of the guy who made the story. Or gal, or anyone. I prioritize accuracy more than anything in translations. Especially considering the fact that I know a little bit of Japanese. When I can read the subtitles and hear the characters and I go, that's not what they said, that annoys the shit out of me. Oh, here we go. Archer battle. Bring it on, fucker. Wow, they mentioned TikTok? What the heck? The original Eva dub is different, but it's fun? Quite frankly, I don't care. I want the original creator's work as authentic as possible, please. Not whatever the fuck you think of doing. Who the fuck are you? What gives, like, a translator the right to say, fuck what the creator wanted with their own work? I'm gonna make everyone go with, experience my ideas instead. Like, what gives you that right? Fuck that. If you want people to fucking experience your writing, make your own goddamn shit. Don't go changing other people's work. Also, book adaptations. Well, the thing is, I'm more okay with changes in adaptations because an adaptation is ultimately a different thing. You know? It's your own, like, retelling of the story. It's not the actual story and you're just making changes to it, you know? Like, if you do a movie of a book and you make changes to it, that doesn't make the book have changes, you know? The book is still the book. So I'm not really that bothered by adaptation changes. But translation changes? Fuck off. You know, and there's certain things as well, like, you can't always do an accurate translation. I mean, like, just like Japanese as an example, language-wise, it's so different than English, like, grammatically and structurally and how the language is used and, like, what words and phrases mean, that you can only do it, like, so accurate, you do have to make changes to, like, what characters are saying. And, like, that's fine, I think, as long as you do your best to preserve the meaning of what is being said, you know? Changes are fine if you try to keep true to the spirit? Yeah. I think, like, you know, I'm actually okay with the change in SA2 from the adios being changed to sayonara. I'm fine with that. That really doesn't bother me. It bothers me when you get to Shadow the Hedgehog and one of the translators fucked up. Metal Overlord looking eye. Yeah, a lot of Lake's robots have Metal Sonic eyes. Like, if there's a pun, make an equivalent? Well, that's hard. Puns are a very difficult thing to deal with, because there might not be an equivalent. Because you just... puns, that's how they work. One solution that I quite liked from a game I played, Deponia, is a point-and-click adventure by a German studio, and the games are originally written in German. And it's a very, like, tongue-in-cheek, like, fourth wall break-in, lots of humor like that in the games. And there's a part where the character literally goes to pick up an item, and he says, "There was a really hilarious pun here in the original German, but it didn't translate well." And that's the line they used, and I think that's a great solution to that. For that kind of series with that kind of tone. Do I know German? Absolutely not. I only know English and a tiny, itsy-bitty baby amount of Japanese. Changing idioms to fit the dub language is also quite understandable. Yeah, there are things where it's like, I get it. Sometimes it has to be done. I especially prefer if you keep it authentic, if it's a, if I can hear the original audio. Like, if it's like a book, and you gotta make changes, it's like, okay, well, it is what it is. But if it's, you know, like an anime or something, or a game, and I can hear the original language, and because I've just listened to it so much, I've learned it, I really don't like it when I can tell that the characters are not saying what the subtitles are saying they are. That really bothers me. If I can hear what they're saying, make it more on the accurate side, personally. I prefer. switching surnames and giving names really bothers you. Yeah, changing character names is a thing that I'm generally not against, or generally am against, but occasionally there have been instances of it where I'm like, okay. Like I said, you're preserving the meaning. Like, one example that really stands out to me is, like, a good name change. I still would prefer if they didn't do it, but it was a good one. Is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I've not even played, but I know the character Pyra, the fire girl in the game. In Japanese, her name is Homura, which is like it kind of means like fire in a way. So, but, you know, Homura means nothing to English speakers. So they change it to Pyra, which preserves that, like, fire name idea. So it's like, okay, that works. That gets the job done. I know about Pyra thanks to Smash. This is the only reason I know that. Pyra was called Homura. Yeah. You can keep it how it was. The thing about keeping it how it was is sometimes character names are, like, supposed to mean something, and if you don't know the language, it doesn't mean anything to you. You like the day and night cycles in Lakes games? You know, I never even noticed that. Now. Oh, it's just a thing. Blah. You think this game is too long? I've heard that complaint from a lot of people. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that, but I don't know. If you think the game is too long, you can just stop playing it, can't you? What's my favorite Mario Party? 6, probably. Haven't played all of them, but 6 is pretty cool. Me likey the day-night stuff. I watched that recent trailer for Jamboree, by the way. What's up with that? What's up with that actually looking like a real good Mario Party? That's weird. Got 7 boards, which is like more than a lot of the GameCube entries would have, which is like, okay, that's something. We're going places. What's the German game I mentioned called? Deponia. Kuckelsicket, thank you very much. What's my least favorite game of all time? For you, it's Paper Mario Sticker Star. I mean, if you want, like, a game that I just absolutely hate with every fiber of my being, probably like The Last Guardian. That game fucking sucks. Fuck that game. Why is it bad? The Last Guardian? There's a lot to unpack there. Okay. Fucking trying to, like, get Trico to work for you is a nightmare. The gameplay and, like, the puzzle design is incredibly basic and tedious. And there's, like, no, like, meaningful story. It's just, like, nothing happens and then ending. That could be a video. Then I'd have to play the game to get footage, and there's no fucking way that's happening. Played any other Team Ico games? Or Eco? I don't know which is which. Yes I have. Hold on. Oh my god, Izzywick. Thank you very much. Something you notice? Oh god, I shouldn't have done that! No! Something you notice that the JP scripts of Sonic and Knuckles is portrayed... Knuckles is portrayed as more of tough but smart, or in English, he's really a big dummy most of the time. My channel's almost 13 years old. Yeah, I've had this channel for a long time before I was ever doing YouTube stuff on it. Yes, no, Knuckles is not as much of an idiot in Japanese. Anyway, other Team Ico, Team Eco, however you pronounce that, games I played. I played Shadow of the Colossus, and I stopped playing after, like, 6 monsters, because I hated it. For similar reasons of why I hated The Last Guardian. Navigating, like, getting the monsters to do what you need them to do so you can hit them is sometimes a fucking nightmare, because their AI just will not do it. Or it's really obtuse, and it's fucking annoying, and god, I fucking hate those games. All those games are about fucking dealing with some really annoying AI character. Is that Pulse Man? I don't think so. I think there should be no power-ups in the 4th Spark game, or keep them. I haven't even played Spark 3, I don't know. I will say in Spark 2, the power-ups are really underwhelming. Almost pointless. The owner of Dark Beginnings will retcon Shadow's character arc? We already know that they've done that. They've been talking a shit ton about how Shadow wants to fulfill Maria's wish. We're so past that. Best song in the game, by the way? Not the ultimate final boss? You don't understand what I don't like about the homing attack? It sucks. It is pretend gameplay. Repeatedly press a button, you win. That's not platforming, and it's not interesting. And it hasn't changed since 1998. The only game that does a little bit more with the Sonic Team homing attack is Unleashed in the like the DLC and the extra levels where they start putting like things you don't want to homing attack. So you have to like pay attention and like know when not to press the button. That's the only time they ever like did anything with the homing attack that made it like slightly less garbage. Oh yeah, the ice power lets you walk on top of water, which is cool. I really should explore the homing attack being more skill-based or replacing it. Replacing it would be ideal, in my opinion. But there are ways to make it more interesting. It could be done. They'll just never do it. Do I engage with foreign media in general, not just Japan? I mean, yeah. Honestly, I really don't care that much where a thing comes from. I mean, I obviously am a weeb, so I do love me some anime. But, I mean, especially with indie games these days, I'm playing games from all over the place. This is a Brazilian game I'm playing right now. I play Polish games and Portuguese games and Chinese games and whatever. I don't really care who makes whatever, as long as it's good. That's all I really care about. I watched Squid Game. That's a Korean show. I've watched a number of Canadian things. Have I played Blasphemous? No. Johnny Test. I wasn't thinking of that. But I did watch a couple episodes of that when I was a kid. Shit, I just went backwards a bunch. Any Arabian things? Like Bollywood and stuff? I have never watched any, but I've heard of a lot. I've gotten good recommendations for stuff that I want to try. Like, I've heard the movie RRR is really good. And I looked at a trailer for it, I'm like, well, this looks fun. So I'll probably watch that eventually. Reboot? I've never watched Reboot. That was a bit before my time. Am I going backwards again? I think I am. Bollywood is India, not Arabic? Apologies, I don't know too much about, the... I don't know what you would call it. The discrepancies between, like, Middle Eastern regions. I don't know what's what too much. Like, I thought that Arabic was, like, an old term that doesn't, like, really refer to anything modern. Am I wrong about that? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my ignorance. I just do not know. Oh, God. Wait. Getting my ass kicked. I'm trying to think, any other foreign stuff that really sticks out to me that I enjoyed? Besides just, like, listing off indie games that no one's ever heard of? Hilda? Isn't Hilda, like, Canadian? I think it is. I remember. This game's art is charming. I will give Spark this. For this game especially, his design does work quite well for, like, having his color change scheme. His color scheme changed a lot. It does work for that. It does take that element from Kirby and make it work. Oh yeah, Bomber Cyberpunk is, I forget what it is. Some kind of, like, Eastern European thing, I think. Netherlands? Okay. Oh yeah, because isn't the city, like, Neo-Amsterdam or something in Bomber Cyberpunk? I mean, most likely, probably most of the stuff that I engage with is foreign. If you count anime, which it is foreign to me. Because I play mostly indie games that could be from fucking anywhere. And I watch a lot of anime. So I probably watch more engage with more foreign stuff than I do American stuff. Education system in America is really bad? Yes. Ed and Eddie's Canadian? I am aware of that. Ed and Eddie, pretty fantastic. Breaking Bad is American? Yeah, but I only watched like a season and a half of Breaking Bad because I didn't like it. Not my kind of thing. Oh, you know what's a recent foreign film that I watched? That some people might say that doesn't count, but fuck you, it counts. Furiosa. I watched that not too long ago, and then I was so into it that I'm like, ugh. And I kind of went on a little bit of a Mad Max spree. I watched the first one, pretty boring. I watched the second one, better, still kind of boring though. And then I was like, I've heard Thunderdome is, like, not even good, so I'm just gonna skip right to Fury Road. Fury Road is so fucking good, and it's even better with Furiosa. Like, it feels like just one movie split into two parts. Fury Road is incredible. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot more on this watch than back when it first came out. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, it was really good. I didn't, like, love Fury Road when it first came out. But this time around, I'm like, wow, this fucking movie rules. Also, the feminist angle of the movie completely went over my head when it first came out, because I was, like, a dumb teenager. But now it's actually, it's got some good thematic stuff in there that I liked. It's not just a dumb action movie. It's the best action movie. Do I think movie 3 Sonic will say sayonara? I'd be surprised if they even have that in there. Woke Pariah confirmed. I can appreciate something that has a message and tells it well. Is that not okay? It deals with real problems and real topics that people struggle with. And it conveys them in a super awesome, coolio way that, it's great. This zone is one of the best looking ones in the game, I think. I'm telling you, see, everyone says, oh, Pariah, you're so mean to Lake's art. His environment art is great. Look at those backgrounds. So good. The duality of being a human being. What, being able to, like, enjoy things? Or you mean, like, criticizing but also praising something? Yeah. There are many Japanese things I like that were inspired by the West. I know. I'm aware of that. People actively try to be woke or anti-woke for the sake of two sides of the same coin, like develop your own personal taste, geez. Yeah, I mean... we probably shouldn't talk about this too much because it could turn into a nightmare, but I personally am just like, this entire thing is stupid. It's just two groups of idiots yelling at each other. This boss pissed you off when you did Sparks Challenge? This one's not too bad. If you just, like, dash through it every time it gets close, it's really not that bad at all. Man, this game just feels so much better and more fun and faster when you have Edgy or Wind. It's so good. Woke versus anti-woke discussion is literally a homeless guy calling another homeless guy poor. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Edgy looks fun. Yeah, Edgy and Wind. Those are... If you play yourself some Spark the Electric Jester, hold on to Edgy and Wind, because those are the two most fun powers. What do I think of Shadow Generations? I mean, my thoughts haven't really changed. It continues to look quite good. I haven't used this, actually. I had it for like a second. There's still a power I haven't gotten yet, by the way. It's a rare one that you don't encounter too often. It's like usually in like hidden areas. I haven't found it yet. And it's a cool one. It's another reference to a game by developers who make games like this. Yo, what up, Gesakai? Welcome back. I mean, Gravity, just spoilers. Why you gotta ruin it for everybody? You love how Board Jester is slightly broken in terms of speedrunning? Oh yeah, Board is also very fun. But it usually excels in levels that are, like, built for it. Oh yeah, by the way, I keep forgetting to mention this, but I've been wanting to mention this for multiple streams. Master Disaster, are you still here? Really awesome job on the air options mod for SRB2. That's gonna be on the spreadsheet. That is a great mod. Have I tried any character mods for SRB2 yet? I haven't tried any, but I downloaded the Sonic X mod. I plan on giving that a go soon. You're surprised there's barely any Spark mods for SRB2? Yeah, that is weird. Spark would be a great modded character for that. Is there like a lilac and stuff? It should be. Adventure Sonic, Sonic X, and Chaotix are all crazy good. I haven't seen Adventure Sonic, but the Chaotix mod is like the most, like, it's more polished than the actual characters of the game. Spark mod into Sonic Riders would be cool. Yeah, he's got his board. You can put him in Riders. That'd be neat. Who else has, like, sci-fi hoverboards and stuff that could make a good Riders cameo? You got Klonoa. You got Spark. You got What's-His-Face from Treasure Planet. Of course, gotta have him. Riders Klonoa. Yeah, I brought that up when I was playing Klonoa 2. It's just the Star Rod from Kirby. One thing that, like, it's not really criticism, I guess. It's just something that, like, I do wish Lake was a little more, like, uniquely creative with his games. He is just like, I'm just gonna put shit I love in my games. And, I mean, you do you, man. It's your games. But you're just constantly being reminded of other things rather than thinking about Spark, you know? Marty McFly. That's true. You could put Marty McFly in Sonic Riders. What I think about the music in Spark? It's fucking awesome. I like the classic Chaotix. I mean, there's not a lot to like about them. They're, like, barely in anything. Oh, shit. The cannon is a hitbox? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? This fight is so easy with sword. Oh, yeah, you can, like, get, like, stuck on top of the enemy, right? And just, like, kill it endlessly. Here, I'll show it off. I haven't used sword much either. Spark 3 is insane story-wise. Has Lake gotten better? Should I actually watch the cutscenes when we do Spark 3? What does the state do? Oh, you shoot projectiles, I see. Yes, okay. Izzywick, thank you very much again. People are hyping Mephiles coming back, and you don't know why. He's a stupidly written villain. Because he's cool. And I do think he's cool. I'll give Mephiles that. He's cool. He's an idiot, but he's cool. Yeah, here we go. This is how you beat this boss. Being Shadow is cool. That's the thing. It's, like, fucking stupid, and I like that about it. The concept of Shadow's Shadow, that's A+ right there. To be fair, everyone's an idiot in 06. Is that being fair? That doesn't make him not an idiot, because everyone's an idiot. Yes, everyone's an idiot. That's a problem. Being Shadow is edgy and angsty? Yeah, I'm down for it. Yo, Mephiles in Sonic Riders, actually? Just realized, that'd be kind of cool. Give Mephiles, like, you know, Riders goggles and shit. I'd be down for that. Am I for the Doom powers and Shadow Gems? Sure! Why not? It's something new for a character in the Sonic game. In forever. God damn it. Aren't they just kind of wisps, though? They are, but I don't dislike the wisps, gameplay-wise, so that's fine, as far as I'm concerned. Are the boss fights in Spark actually pretty good, because this game has, like, combat. You have movesets, you have attacks, you have iframes. Clint Westwood, that's a great username. Thank you very much. Probably Methodist plan made no sense. That's correct. But nothing in 06's story made sense. Dash parry is one of your favorite moves in any platformer? I would definitely say if you haven't, play Freedom Planet 2, because it has a very similar thing. And it is equally awesome. Shadow Story almost kind of makes sense. It doesn't. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. You're better than that. You can face reality. I believe in you. We didn't get 2 Omegas. 2 Omegas actually would have been sick. Like, you know how you solve that problem at the end where there's a million Mephilises? An army of Omegas show up. That would have actually been fucking hype. Alright, this boss is Goofy. Ow. Trying to read chat. Can I do anything with the meter with this power? I have no idea. This boss is one of the bigger deals in harder modes? Well, in harder modes, you have to fight that boss and another boss at the same time, which is cool. Can you have my autograph? Why would anybody want my autograph? I'm just some asshole. I'm no one special. I think I'm going backwards again. Ah! Give me that. See, sometimes you'll lose the powers and they bounce around and you have to recollect them, just like that one game. Sonic. Ah! The blind was actually effective there. I do not have any good combat powers right now. Do I have any writing tips? Read and write a lot. That's the best way to learn. There we go. See, I can learn the timings. I just gotta not read chat. You'd buy my autograph, no joke? My autograph costs $100,000. What are my thoughts on poetry? I am not a poetry guy at all. Not my thing. You want the next Zelda video? Honestly, so do I. I've been really thinking about it. That Echoes of Wisdom, did it come out today? Or was it yesterday? Or tomorrow? Or so? It comes out, like, this week. It might be out. I don't know. And I'm like, I want it. And it's like, well, if I get it, I should cover it. But then it's like, well, then I'm just skipping way ahead. But I kind of don't care. Because I just want to play it. But also money, because I gotta get Shadow Generations when that comes out, and that's in like a month. Oh, this song? Yeah, this song's really good. Get out of here with your night power. As you can see, Edgy, pretty rad in this game. Looks like a Mega Man level? Totally does. You're absolutely right about that. Prioritize stuff that's popular for the algorithm. Yeah, I mean, something that's popular and new probably is a smart idea. But also, like, my channel is just, it's not what my audience is interested in generally. So, that's a thing. Did I just say edgy? The power-up is called Edgy. Is Freedom Planet, like this game, a Kirby Sonic hybrid, or is it just Sonic-like? Freedom Planet is Sonic if it was made by Treasure. The developer's words, not mine. Saw a thing up here, Beck. Where is it? Did I not see a thing? I'm crazy. Time to be bored out of your mind 100%ing Unleashed Night stages? You know you could just not. That's my recommendation. Just don't do it. Play Fortnite? No. Fuck. Smart thing to do, ain't how Pariah rolls. I try to do smart things, it's just smart things that I want to do. Like, I think I will do that video talking about Shadow. The What Is It About Shadow video. Not What Is It About Shadow. Let's talk about Shadow. I'm mixing up my naming conventions for my video types. Because the point was made, very sensibly, that I have talked about all this stuff before with Shadow, but it is, like, buried within hundreds and hundreds of hours of my fucking garbage reviews. And some of it is in my older stuff. It's actually, most of it is in my, like, old videos that suck so bad. So getting it all, like, in a more concise, consolidated place, probably a good idea. Being a slave to the algorithm is not a good idea. I don't intend to be. Well, you know, you gotta be smart. Alright, fine, give me the night power. Give me, I'll use it once. What YouTubers do I like? I like Red Letter Media. I like Nitro Rad. But most of what I watch on YouTube is like science stuff. This boss, kind of sucky, as you can see. A what is it about for other games would be cool? Well, the what is it about Sonic video is like a very special video about my unique feelings towards Sonic. Like, I don't feel the way I do about Sonic the way I do anything else. There's a reason that I've covered it so much, you know? I don't know if I couldn't really make that video for anything else. As I've said before, Sonic is not my favorite video game series, but it is the one that is most important to me. That's why I'm gonna be stuck following this shit for the rest of my goddamn life. Have I seen the Shiro Maikawa confirm that Rouge looks at Shadow's breasts of the 06 cutscenes? I mean, he didn't have to confirm that, you could just watch the cutscenes. Condemned by the gods to review Sonic games for all eternity? I mean, even if it wasn't reviewing, like, when Sonic Forces was coming out, I was like, I have to play it. I have to know. I cannot trust anybody else's judgment but mine. Can you blame him for that? That's true. Mike always said he can't help it, he's a boy. You know what? I'm okay with that. That adds a little bit of humanity to Shadow that his character doesn't usually get depicted with. I'm down for that. Yeah. Trying to read chat and fight a boss is a bad idea. Shadow looking at Rouge's breast as a characterization detail? Absolutely! I mean, Shadow has been depicted as basically completely asexual his entire existence. But I'm down for him having a little blood flowing through his veins. We already got Sonic for that, you know? Is it a long-ass game? Yeah, it is. It's like 2.5 hours long. Curious Guy, thank you. Am I going to cover the story of the Spark games, or is it just not good? I'm not covering the story of the Spark games, no. And you know, if you think about it, it really is right for Shadow's character, because, like, character-wise, he is written as, like, a young boy. And young boys certainly don't have any kind of self-control when it comes to, you know, pretty ladies and looking, you know? So that's appropriate. I like the Night series? No. That's how Silver was born. Oh god. Not pinball stuff in a Sonic game. How could you do this to me? I thought we were friends. This is the most you've ever disagreed with me ever? About what? About not liking Knights? Will I play Balan Wonderworld again? Probably no. I'm probably never gonna play that game again. You still don't know how Sonic characters' age work? Just ignore it. My personal, like, way of thinking about it that I think is the most not stupid is just put the characters into, like, age brackets. You got teenagers, adults, and kids, basically. And then Shadow, well, Shadow's like an immortal artificial entity with the mind of a child, so he's like a weird thing. Shadow says Boku for a reason. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of thing I want to talk about in the Shadow video, because people probably don't notice that detail. Or the fact that Shadow doesn't refer to other people by name most of the time. Oh yeah, well, I found this. What is this character? This is just like a random one-off thing in this game. Is that like somebody's character that Lake thought was cool and he put him in the game? I don't know what that is. But it's a good character design, which makes me suspect that it's not Lake's. Sure, my god, I tell the animators to make Shadow look at her cleavage as important character detail. It is! In a way, it is. Shadow's a little pervert. That's funny. Maybe it's a Kickstarter thing? Oh yeah, possibly. Someone like backed at a high level to get their character in the game in some way. That might be it. Going from Rodea to Balan is insane. Don't know what happened. Well, Yuji Naka did not direct anything prior to Balan Wonderworld. He was a producer on most things. There's just not that much platforming in this game? What? I'm doing a ton of platforming. What you on about? Did Yuji Naka direct Sonic 2? Nope. He was lead programmer on it. Hirokazu Yasuhara was the director on Sonic 2. Wow, I'm on the lowest of low routes. Yuji Naka directed Choo Choo Rocket, actually? Oh, did he? My apologies. Are there any bullet hells I like? Not really, no. Shmups is not a genre that I've ever liked. Yo, telekinetic man, what's up? Who directed Sonic 1? Hirokazu Yasuhara. He directed 1, 2, and 3K. At least, I believe that's the case. He was at least lead director, or lead designer on all of them. He definitely directed 3 and Knuckles. I'm pretty sure he directed 1 and 2 as well. What's my favorite Wisp? Probably Cyan, I think is the most fun to use. Has a lot of potential for, like, cool shortcutting and stuff. Oh, yeah! Another thing about the Shadow manga that I don't know how I feel about. There's an implication at the end of it, for anyone who read, that Black Doom is responsible, like, directly for killing Maria, that he, like, controlled the gun soldier to shoot Maria there. I don't know how I feel about that. Because that kind of fucks with the themes of Shadow the Hedgehog a little bit. Although Shadow the Hedgehog already fucks with the themes of SA2, so it's a mess as it is. But that's something I'm like, I don't know about that one. You can interpret the Black Doom appearance by him messing with Shadow's memories? Well, as far as the first chapter depicts, nothing about it implies that it's not just the actual events of 50 years ago. Like, there's no, like, framing device that says it's, like, Shadow reminiscing or revisiting old things or anything. It's just what happened. As far as it appears to be. So yeah, don't love that if that ends up being the case. I mean, maybe if they make it work out well, but it's kinda wrong. Kinda messes with the themes of SA2 too. I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog already does that. The damage is already done as far as that's concerned. Am I crazy about this stuff? Like, people get on my case about, like, Amy because I don't like how her story in SA1 is thematically about how you don't have to be a big, tough, cool, strong guy to be a hero, and then they make her into a big, tough, cool, strong guy, and, like, this kind of stuff where we, like, undermine the themes of previous stories and new stories. I really don't like that. I don't like when you, like, do something really good in a story that, like, has a nice message, and then you crap on it in your later stuff. That really bothers me. I would prefer if you just, like, stayed true to what you're doing, you know? Like, you can build on what's already there and, like, do new things, but can we not just, like, do the polar opposite of what one of the themes of our stories was? Please? Like, this is part of the reason that I dislike Silver so much, with him, like, constantly fucking coming back from the future. Because not only is it stupid, one of the main themes of his story was about, like, you can't go back and fix things. You can only deal with what you have and try to make the best of the situation as it is. You know? Like, that's a nice theme, and then they just completely throw that out because Silver comes back to the past all the time to fix the future because that's his character, and we gotta keep bringing him back because stupid. It sucks. To reviewers and gamers, I'll be seen as crazy and taking things too seriously. I just want to, like, respect the work of the people making these things. Is that too much to ask for? Oh, hey, Dream Syntax. Playing Spark 1 impossible. Why is that? I'll have you know I backed this game on Kickstarter way back in the day. I've been a Spark fan longer than all you fuckers. God, the edgy power is so much fun. Especially in levels like this with a lot of interiors. Oh, so these are the kinds of levels I was talking about, by the way. Where it's like, you play this in Sparks Challenge when you got 2 hits. You cannot fuck around. You gotta be so on the ball dodging stuff. There's some kind of Kirby stuff right there. That's all of these games, is Kirby stuff all over the place. This level's really sick, by the way. Very, Egg Fleet. Destroying these ships, going from one to the other. Super cool. Yeah, Dream Syntax, right there with ya. This game rules. It's a little unpolished, as we've encountered a couple times this stream, but it is super fun. The Shadow Generations level design look more adventure-esque than previous Boost games? It honestly does. I mean, Frontiers already was kind of a little bit more like that, but it had its, like, weird quirkiness to it. I do actually agree with that. It does kind of look a little bit SA2-like in the level design. Maybe they're doing that intentionally. How much of the re-electrified mod fixes the issues? I don't know. I'd have to look into it. This is literally just Eggman's fleet. We're in space. It's a little different. It's legally distinct. The best kind of distinct. When you have the right powers for, like, movement and combat, you can just blast through this game. No, my power! Fuck. Okay, well, time to slow the fuck down. Base Futurama reference? Oh, is that a Futurama reference? See, I've heard it from elsewhere. I did not know that was a Futurama reference. I need another power. Give me another power game. I need something for movement. Brickster Man, thank you very much. This is just the opening of Sonic Unleashed. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet if you haven't played Spark 2. That level in Spark 2 was literally like going, but what if the intro to Sonic Unleashed was playable? I'm going backwards. You played all the Spark games already? Well, then you know. What do I think of the Nier and Drakengard games? I've only played Nier Automatomato, and I didn't like it, actually. Oh no, I was supposed to go left there. I wasn't going backwards. I'm dumb. I'm looking for powers. I need powers. I died. You needed a combat in Nier was so bad? Yeah, that was one of my big problems with Nier Automata. The combat, like, for Platinum, shockingly weak. By the standards of, like, those kinds of action RPGs, probably really good. But by the standards of action games and the standards of Platinum, I was like, wow, why is this combat so kind of lame, actually? Where are the powers? God damn it, game. Have I played Astral Chain yet? No. You know if I'd play Astral Chain, because I'll do a video about it. Curious Guy, thank you so much for becoming a Pariah supporter. Have you been one in the past? I think you have. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm crazy. Well, thank you. That's a game where you realize you don't like RPG systems and real-time action games? Yeah, neither do I. I mean, I can find them tolerable a lot of times, but I really, generally, would just wish they weren't there. I don't care about number go up. Give me a new move. Make the combat actually different. Bleh. Tried to get in. All RPG systems kind of suck. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about RPG systems that I find not great. Ah. Action RPG combat is so sleeper, give you a spreadsheet to look at? Well, that's because most action RPGs are just, like, really mediocre RPGs with really mediocre action games glued to them. Like, I'm trying to think, are there any, like, good action RPGs that do a really good job of blending the action and the RPG together in a really synchronous way where it works? I guess you could argue Souls does that, but honestly I find a lot of the RPG shit in Souls annoying. Kingdom Hearts is great at that? I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so I would not know on that one. Zelda? Zelda's not really an RPG, though. At least by the definition of video game RPGs. Well, not by the definition of tabletop RPGs either, but no video game RPGs would be then. Souls is held back by the RPG stuff. A little bit, I kind of agree with that. See, and this is where Lake was like, ooh, a tower climbing section with a big laser in the middle from Freedom Planet? Don't mind if I do. There is definitely some stuff in this game where you could tell Lake he played Freedom Planet. He's like, those are good ideas. I'm gonna do that as well. But that's fine, because Freedom Planet did the same thing with this game. Spark versus Lilac, who would win? Definitely Spark. Have you seen the shit Spark can do? We need to get to the end of the game. Is there any hammer bounce? No, unfortunately. That'd be awesome, but no. Have I watched Watamote? I have, yes. I enjoyed it at the time. I don't know how I'd feel about it now. There was some relatable shit in there for me, I'll tell you what. Weird music for the rival fight. This doesn't sound like rival fight music. This sounds like, just like, you know, triumphant game level music. Watamote is Pariah Core confirmed. I mean, if you want an anime in that kind of vein that's even more relatable to me, watch Snafu, or whatever its long-ass Japanese title is. Oragairu. The Thing. Gotta not die. Probably gonna die. You only watch romance anime, sorry? Oragairu is a romance anime. Sort of. It has elements of romance in it. Do I like grinding to increase my level in games? That is everything I loathe about RPGs. You love Freedom Planet 1 and got 2, how's it stack up to the OG? It's better in every single way. Fucking hell. God, I'm sucking. The bosses in Freedom Planet 2 are worse? I don't agree with that at all. I think the bosses in Freedom Planet 2 are pretty awesome. Fuck. The game is not giving me full health on death. I don't know why. I think it does normally. I don't know what's up with that. Farg really do be cooking me. Look, I'm trying to read chat at the same time as fighting a boss. Give me a break. Here, I'm just gonna focus on the fight. Fuck. Him spawning on top of me so I can't really see him there is not my favorite. God damn it. I'll just kill myself now. It gives you 3 health normally? Oh. I'm saying Fark a lot. That's the character's name. What do you want? Oh, I see what you mean. 'Cause I'm saying fuck. Definitely a Pulseman reference? I don't know. I don't really know what the deal is with the electric Jester thing. That has, like, very little to do with anything in Spark. God. Thing is, the iframes on Spark's dodge are much shorter than Fark's parry. He's an electric engineer. But I just mean, like, that's not the game. The game is you have, like, the ability to copy powers like Kirby. Why does he have electricity powers by default? Like, what is that? Okay, focus. Timing on that is really weird. That too. Music is really fucking good, though, isn't it? Okay, that does not telegraph that well. Oh, I can't air dash with the hammer power. God damn it. Damn it, those guys dropped health last time. I got an extra hit. Spark 1 is so Kino. It's a very good game. I like it a lot. But man, it's kicking my ass. What the fuck? How did I not fucking dodge that? Not good. Not good performance. Okay. I know what to expect now. From your poorly telegraphed attacks, fucker. What? The window on that dash is so tiny. There. Jesus. Just need a little concentration. It's like a real video game. Now imagine that, but every fight, because you can only take 2 hits. Lag? No, that's intentional. That's part of the game. When you kill bosses, that happens. Is that an actual good boss? Yeah. Was it that hard? The attacks are not super well telegraphed, I would argue. What do I think of Spark 1 have its entire story rewritten in prep for Spark 2? I don't give a fuck about the story of these games. I don't even know what the story of Spark 2 is. I've never watched the cutscenes. What do you mean this is the Death Egg? What could possibly make you think that? This is absolutely nothing like anything you've ever seen in another game before. Yes, give me that, finally. He's not even trying to hide it. Hide what? There's nothing to hide. Spark 2 is about Fark's origin? Honestly, don't give a shit. You know what? Give me this. Used Edgy quite a bit this playthrough. Nice to give us the best power-ups right here in the final level. Everything is inspired by everything, but it's what I was saying before about, like, you play these games and I'm just constantly reminded of other things rather than thinking about Spark itself. A little more originality would be appreciated. I don't know how he does by Spark 3. I know I can spin dash in the wind form? Yep. What is my preferred musical style for video game music? I mean, I wouldn't really say I have one. Whatever is right for the game you're making. I play lots of different kinds of games. What works for a fucking 2D platformer does not work for a shooter, does not work for a fighting game, does not work for a puzzle game. Do I not care about the story because it's bad, or because I don't play these games for their story? Both? I say Sonic's journey would have been different if Naka and Oshima stayed with Sonic Team. Well, Naka stayed with Sonic Team, unless you mean, like, post-06. Well, obviously it would have been different if things went differently. Yeah. How do I know it's bad if I skipped it the first time around? Because I tried. I watched as many cutscenes as I could stomach before I was like, okay, I'm done with this, skipping all the cutscenes from now on. Sonic 06 would have been good if it wasn't bad. That is true. You can't deny that. That is a pretty rock-solid argument. The Spark 3 story is kind of meh, but that ending sounds like this game. Since most of you have not played Spark 1, I expect to see freaking out in the chat. Because there's stuff. There's stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, imagine this level with 2 hits. There's just so many hazards that you need to be dodging all of it. It's pretty crazy. Every Spark game has a great ending. 2's I don't think is as strong as 1's. Is Naka out of prison yet? No, I think he was executed by firing squad, right? Just like Gerald. Oh my god, an image of Yuji Naka in the like Gerald pose and fucking looking crazy. Oh my god. That's a meme right there. Naka, you ungrateful humans. Oh my god. That would be... Please someone make fan art of that. And submit it to the email, and I'll throw it in the rotation. That's so funny. Yuji Naka's last message to humanity. That's gonna be the big story revelation in Shadow Generations, is that Shadow's memories were still fucked with, and he's gonna remember the truth of what really happened 50 years ago. It turns out it was actually Yuji Naka that set the arc on a collision course. And we do know that Yuji Naka exists in the Sonic universe, because the gun soldiers in Shadow the Hedgehog mention his name. So, there you go. Thank you very much, you? Apologies, but I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to pronounce that. You forgot why do I hate Jason's Sonic and Shadow voice? I find the way that he does line reads really weird. He sounds like incredulous to every single thing he says. Oh my god, guys! Again, imagine this level, but you can only take 2 hits. It's pretty hardcore. It's really fun, actually. Like, if you like hard games, this game forces you to get fucking good when you play it on the Sparks Challenge mode. This is a long-ass level. Yeah, that's one thing that this and Freedom Planet 1 both have. Really fucking long levels. It makes them very time attack unfriendly. Griffith cooked in Unleashed and Black Knight, though? It's the same kind of delivery as all of his stuff. I don't like it. I mean, I already have, like, the best powers, so I'll just keep going. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, that guy's shoes look really familiar. That's a complete coincidence. It is unlike anything you've ever seen in anything else. Oh yeah, we're at the finale. We gotta go to space now. We go to space in this game at the end? Oh yeah. Oh yes, we absolutely go to space. I forgot about that. Jason definitely improved by Unleashed? I don't know. The whole pack of robots meme from way back in the day says otherwise. We're back to more fucking Sonic voice actor arguments, and y'all know how I feel about it. Alright, here we go. Again, yes, the guy's shoes, total coincidence, doesn't look like anything from anything you've ever seen. How the hell did he get away with that? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I guess it's like, it's just a design. You can't prove anything. Izzywick, oh my god, again! Thank you. The only reason people like Jason are because of nostalgia, or they want Sonic to sound like a generic anime character. That's all you'll say because you hate this topic. I hate this topic too. Yeah, I do think it's a nostalgia factor. Oh yeah, it's the attack button to progress dialogue, not A, which is really weird. Spark dead? You would think it, but actually... Oh yeah, I forgot you had to play Fark briefly, because he has his own campaign and he's playable. So I guess I'll talk about Fark a little bit here. So Fark's dash is a little different. He goes like a set distance with a lot of speed, and you can do an infinite number of them, as you can see. And he also has the double jump. And a cool thing about the double jump, it's similar to how Edgy works. It's additive, but it also preserves whatever speed you have. And you get a shit ton of speed from his dash. So you can do this. If you dash and then double jump immediately. And it's pretty sick. But anyway, we gotta hand this over. You didn't know that? I didn't know that either. I just figured that out on my recent playthrough. Now here comes the real music shit. You're not ready. The art here is terrible. I actually find the full screen animation to be pretty charming. So yeah, there's another power. Super. Which is, of course, not like anything else that you've ever seen before. You feel like you've seen this before? Nah. I mean, if I was to draw a comparison to something, I would say this is similar to, like, one of those cute girls do cute things animes. I could see some comparisons being drawn there if you really wanted to stretch it. But really, that's it. I can't think of anything else this is like. Here we go. Now we're in... Oh, wait for it. It's completely unearned, because who cares what's happening. But the music is fucking sick. It's cooler? What are you talking about? Cooler from what? Are you saying that this is derivative? I don't know what you're talking about. Is this a reference to Legend of Zelda? It could be, actually. Now that you bring it up. It is kind of similar. This reminds me a lot of Lord Jabu Jabu's belly. I don't know about you. Anime is real. Unfortunately, mechanically, Super is a really lame power. Outer Wilds reference? Outer Wilds is actually more hype than this. Outer Wilds has a grander finale than, like, anything. In a way. In a different kind of way. But yeah, that's it. That's the final boss. Hype! But actually lame as fuck as a fight. One of the weaker fights in the game. I'm gonna drink water. You all enjoy this. Dude, it's just like Karakano. So yeah, I think Spark could beat Lilac in a fight. I'll be honest. I think he could. It's just like K-On! It is just like K-On! Now play the Wonderful 101? I mean, yeah, if you want to see this kind of finale done bigger than it's ever been done in, like, anything, except Gurren Lagann, Wonderful 101 is the place to go. Like, could just iframe through that? But Spark can iframe too. I've seen Karakano. I've actually only watched, like, a couple episodes of it. Look out for Galaxy Trail in the credits? Really? They're in the credits? I didn't know that. When will I do a Spark 3 stream? Honestly, probably tomorrow. Because I kind of just want to play it. After revisiting 1 and 2, I'm, like, hyped up on Spark now. I'm doing this stream to get it out of the way so we can get to Spark 3, because I want to play it. We're almost 3 hours. This might be probably as long a stream. No. Spark 2 is short. Is way shorter than this game. Spark 2 is like an hour long. I have not played Spark 3, no. Gonna be playing Freedom Planet this week too? Not this week. Because I'm doing so much streaming this week, because I just want to see how doing a lot of streaming like does performance-wise. I'm probably not going to stream very much next week to focus on videos. Maybe I'll do like one stream. We'll see. I don't know. Spark 3 is incredibly awful level design. I mean, Spark 2 has some like it's questionable level design too, I would argue. Alrighty, hold on, I gotta switch games. Oh yeah, the game renders weird. Hold on. Give it a sec. There we go. Will be cool for a fresh direct comparison between Spark 2 and 3. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'll just go off my save file. I'm not watching the cutscenes again. Deal with it. So I'm sure a lot of people know the basics of these games, or this game, because Spark 3 has a lot of the same things, but I don't think Spark 3 has the powers, right? Because this game has powers still, like the first game did. Like, here's Edgy. And he's got the shoes now. Also, you play as Spark in Spark 2. Which is weird that it's like Spark the Electric Jester 2 and you don't play as Spark at all. But whatever. So yeah, Edgy. Legally distinct. Somehow, technically. But the powers, like, okay. The combat in this game is utter trash compared to the first game. Because the movesets are way reduced on all the different powers, and also, you can now parry while doing things. So now I can just, like, mash attack and hold parry, and you just destroy bosses that way. And then when it comes to platforming stuff, the different powers are barely different from each other. Like, Edgy here, you can do 3 air dashes instead of 1. And it has this ability where if you charge, then you can do like a little jump thing. Okay. And then like this one, you get a slightly longer air dash. And that's it, that's all it gets. But in this one, this is the best power in the game. This is the only one that's really worth using as far as I can tell. So the power, it gives you like that buff from like the sword power-up from Spark 2. But also, for some reason, if you release this while ascending, it has that property where it, like, multiplies your upward velocity. So this is just a better version of both of those other movement things. So this is just what you use the entire game. And also, these games have no air drag, so you can just fly. I do not like Spark 2 as much as 1. It's still fun, it's still cool, but this is my issue that we have with a lot of these, like, 3D Sonic fan games and stuff. They're all like, what if you could just not play the level? But it is pretty cool. It's still fun. I'm not gonna say it's not fun, because it's fun. Well, this is why this game is gonna be pretty short, because you just destroy these levels. Oh yeah, here's some advanced tech for you folks. The way I'm doing the charge on the jump, it's you got a light attack and a heavy attack in this game, which you can probably barely even tell which one is which because the animations are, like, not super clear. But you can see when I go to charge, I have to hold heavy attack to charge up the thing. Oh, this thing has a shit ton of health. So I have to hit the button and then start charging to, like, do that. But if you hold left trigger, this pulls up the menu for, like, the Jester dash, which is your spin dash equivalent, your downward dash. But also, you can't attack while doing this. Like, I'm hitting the attack buttons, doesn't do anything. So you can pull it up for a quick second to start charging without having to lock yourself with the attack animation, because if you do, it kills all your speed. Advanced tech. I hit the wrong bumper to parry that. And you just kind of want to refresh that power, because it just gives you the passive speed boost. There's a button to charge without attacking? It's RB? Is there? I did not know that. Let me try that. Oh, I know. Alright, first we got a boss, though. So yeah, here's the combat. You just mash attack. Does it even matter if I do light attacks or heavy attacks? I don't even know. The parry window is gigantic. And as you start to fight, and you fill up the meter, you can see I got 3 times damage. So enemies just melt. And that's the combat. Absolutely ruined after Spark 1 combat was, like, pretty fun. I hope 3 improves it. I haven't seen what they do in 3, but please tell me it's fixed. Did the game lag there? No, that's like an effect to, like, simulate, you know, like old games that would lag when they do, like, a bunch of explosion effects. That's intentional. Oh yeah, look at that! You can just hold right bumper for fast charging. I've been making it more difficult for myself for no reason. My muscle memory is set to that, though. I gotta learn this new tech. Pretty fun. Absolutely. But you just fly over all the platforming. This is why I say that, like, as great as stuff like Sonic Utopia is, still not quite right as far as, like, translating 2D Sonic into 3D. Because this stuff... meh. Parry also halts your forward movement? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of nice because you could just, like, not worry about hazards much because you could just run through them. It's not just air grav, it's gravity. Yeah, that's also true. A lot of these games, you're very floaty. Ah, fucked it up. As you see, it's just a lot of run and fly over everything. And then you get to fights, and you mash and hold parry. And things die instantly. Utopia physics are incredibly accurate to the classics. I mean, they're mostly very accurate. That's, like, really the only thing that stands out to me is, like, wrong. This game seems to be rather brain dead. I mean, keep in mind that I've played this game a bunch. But it's not that hard to, like, do this stuff. You're not wrong about that. My muscle memory. Why am I so mean to Silver? Because he sucks. That's such like a non-answer, but it's so funny to me. Can I parry the... Yep, you can parry the lava. Yeah, and the parry not, like, limiting your movement in any way. You can just go through things. Like, you don't have to avoid hazards. It works well in 2D games, because you don't have to, like, wait for stuff that's blocking your path. Less so in 3D games, because generally stuff doesn't block your path, because you can just go around it. I mean, stuff like that's cool. But this is what every hazard turns into. Just run through it. Oh yeah, I forgot you have like an actual thing. This is a cool section. You can run on the inside on the walls of this tube. Like there's like an intended platforming section, but you can do this instead. That's fun. That's neato. And those are actually like fucking me up. Like if I was better, I'd be avoiding those and staying on the walls and the ceiling. But I suck. You see? Yeah, that's very true. For his first go at a 3D platformer, it's pretty good overall. Problems, yeah, but it's fun. This part's the bad part. This part's not fun. Should I just skip the bosses because they're all the same thing? Mash X, it does its attack startup animation. I hit parry, boss dies. I don't even need to look at the screen. I could just mash X, and when the attack sound plays, just hold the button. Yeah, alright. We'll skip the bosses from now on. I'll do the final one. Such a shame. Such a shame. Combat was pretty good in the first game. And, like, what this game loses that the first game had was that, like, here's a million fucking things being thrown at you that you have to avoid. This game doesn't do that as much. And then, like, when it tries to have a lot of stuff, you just fly over it. Oh yeah, there's homing attack in this game. Level design! Look at all that path over there that I don't need because air drag. Yo, everyone, this game has momentum, am I right? Like I said, questionable level design here. More so questionable moveset, I guess. Yeah, and because this jump move is so powerful, it's just like verticality is a non-factor as well. Because you could just jump so ridiculously high so easily. I guess that's why SA2 is so successful. Oh yeah, like, SA2's design I find is less interesting. Where the hell were we? Did I skip this level? I think I did. Yeah, I totally skipped these levels. Whoops. fact that they bring you back to the first level on every level select is annoying. Blake's games are not very polished. Hope Spark 3 is a bit better on that. At least SA1 doesn't have stupid-ass mech stages. I mean, it does. That's Gamma. This is the worst level in the game, in your opinion? I mean, it is just kind of a straight shot, and you just don't do any of this platforming. What? Oh god. Yeah, there we go. Do I like Spark more with or without the jacket? I mean, I don't have too much of an opinion of it because I haven't played Spark 3 yet. I have to, like, really get some time with it. But I don't know, Spark's design's pretty bad, so maybe the jacket helps. Oh yeah, that spawns there. Skips that are just handed to you like this are lame, yeah. This is what I talked about in the Frontiers video, that like, when you make it too easy, it's not cool. I want to feel like, holy shit, you can do that. That's awesome. That feels like I'm fucking cheating the game. This doesn't feel like I'm cheating the game. This feels like the game isn't super well designed. Oh, that's upside down. I didn't know that. Loop, skips. This makes me think of big hang castle moments, but you're in and out immediately. Who gifted you the membership? Probably Rosie. She went on a crazy spree, handing out memberships. Yeah, this is very hang castle. Don't ya know? I will say, what this game does require of you is some finger gymnastics. Because I gotta hold the right bumper, but then hit the right trigger to do the dashes. While also I'm clawing the game so I can control the camera and press face buttons at the same time. So I'm using my ring finger to hit the right trigger right now. Who's Rosie, though? She's here sometimes. He, she, they, I don't know. But they're very generous. How are you picked? It's just like a random thing. It just goes to whoever. I know I can remap the controls right. Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's a lot of actions that you need to do in this game that, like, no matter what you do, you're gonna have to be pressing every goddamn button on the controller. That's actually one of the problems I have with this game. I think the controls are, like, overly clunky. There's just too many things you can do. Like, having this shift modifier that, like, changes what A and B do. I don't think I was supposed to do that. No, I was supposed to go this way. That turn was too tight. That's the thing using this power that gives you the speed boost. You can start going too fast to actually take turns. I'm backwards. I don't know how I got turned around, but I got turned around. That's what I need. A team behind this creating a new game? Well, the team is one person. But yeah, Slake is making an F-Zero-like game right now, which is cool. I fell! It just picks randomly. I believe it's, like, weighted based on, like, your view time on the channel. You have a higher chance of getting gifted memberships. I believe that's how it works. How do you make loops unskippable? I think the idea is not necessarily to make them unskippable. I mean, there are ways to do that. But I think a better idea is to make it so the player wants to do loops. Which really do what the classic games did. Loops are opportunities to gain speed. Also add collectibles inside the loop? Yeah, but that's like a band-aid fix. You want a real fix. Make them smaller is also good? Yeah, that's the other thing. 3D games, 3D Sonic-type games, loops are always so fucking gigantic. The loops are not that big in the classic Sonic games. Okay, I did this one. This level gives me big Bomb Rush Cyberpunk vibes now. Small loops easier, you can ignore them, but again, if you use them to gain speed, then they're like a quick in and out, come out with more speed than you went in with. Have loop jumping for loops. The thing is, depending on how the camera works, like if you want to do a behind-the-back camera like this, how the fuck do you do loop jumping without the camera imploding? I've thought about that in Sonic-type games, like, the camera really does limit some things of what you can do in, like, the 2D games, because it's just like, what is the answer? Make the terrain invisible? It's not just a problem of, like, visibility through the loop itself. I mean, like, typically what happens in these kinds of games is the camera goes upside down if you're upside down, but then it straightens out if you straighten out. So, and that usually includes jumping. Like, if you're upside down and you jump, the camera normally flips around immediately. So if you're on a loop, you're upside down, you jump, it flips around, and then you hit the ground again, and it flips around immediately again. Like, it's... You pull the camera out to the side, automate your direction through the loop, but not your velocity? That's pretty inelegant, I would say. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Maybe the camera doesn't follow your angle, just your back? Problem with that is that what if you turn around? Like, what if you start pulling back when you're, like, doing a jump to slow down? You'll start facing the opposite direction and start looking backwards. These are the kinds of logistical things you gotta worry about. I'm sure many developers that have made these kinds of games have run into these problems and tried to find solutions to them. You never like fan games that make the camera rotate with the player? Like this game? Like when you go upside down or on a wall and the camera flips with you? See, I think this works pretty well for, like, a lot of things you need. But when it comes to certain, like, more advanced maneuvers, like a slope jump, like, it just wouldn't really work. Honestly, I think Penny is a good solution to a lot of these problems, in that it has a fixed camera. The fixed camera kind of solves all the problems, but then it limits what you can do with level design. Have a period of time where the camera doesn't flip after you jump? That might work. You're like, if I'm upside down here and I jump, what? That's what happens, right? Like, that's not okay. That's not gonna fly. Like, I'm imagining, like, very specific things in, like, the 2D Sonic games that'd be really hard to make work. Like, if there's a slope on a ceiling that you can, like, jump into the slope and start running on the ceiling, how the fuck do you do that without the camera wigging out? Oh, dude, a boss at the end of the level. I wonder how you fight it. Maybe I just mash the attack button and parry everything. Some stuff just doesn't work in 3D? Yeah, I think that's really the answer, is you just need to accept that certain things just don't really work super elegantly in 3D, and they're just sacrifices of, like, gameplay potential opportunities that just need to be lost. You like the idea I had of rolling slightly on walls like in Titanfall, but it needs to be smoothed out a bit? Did I have an idea of that? Sure. That was a great idea that I had. I'm a genius. Oh, you were talking to someone else. Gotcha. Look at all this level design that doesn't matter. I hope these levels play better in Spark 3. Do I go for diamond medals? Yeah, I have diamond medals on every level. They're not hard to get. I think I've gotten diamonds on every single level this run. You know, there's some cool sections here that it would be nice if I was playing them. But that's how this game works. Spark 3 has no powers, but has Float. Yeah, Float's that girl character, right? Is she playable in Spark 3? That's cool. She got a good moveset. This is fun. Best way to play Spark 2 is to not use any power-ups. That seems like that might be the case. I might actually try that. Doing a no powers run. Because, yeah. Actually, Marius, I was looking at some of your old Spark 2 videos to see if there was, like, any tech in this game that I was missing. Spark 3 has best level design, in your opinion? We shall see. Man, we got a lot of coolio people in here. Magnet Dash? Oh yeah, that's in this game. It's harder to use than it is in Frontiers because you can't redirect your speed, so I found it pretty, like, difficult to use because you'll just go fucking flying off in the wrong direction. Which is nice. Something in this game that takes some more work to use. But honestly, I just... couldn't be bothered to learn it because this game just... There's something here. There is absolutely something here, but it needs work. And I hope to see that in the third game. This level is actually cool, the fact that you're, like, running up a tower the whole time. Learn the magnet dash? I mean, I know how to do it. It's just, difficult. And I just couldn't be bothered to learn it in this game. I'll probably try learning it in Spark 3. Level design's good in Spark 2, the power-ups kneecap it. Yeah, and the lack of air drag. Oh, which you say there. Yep. Yep. I'm glad that I seem to have helped spread the awareness of the importance of air drag in Sonic games, because it really matters, especially in the 3D games. Ah yes, this level. The level where Lake was like, hey, the Space Colony Arc, am I right? Air Drag Awareness Day. That should be a Sonic holiday. Hey, the Space Colony Arc, am I right? Blah! Whoopsies. I was reading chat and missed that. And now the gravity isn't flipped correctly, and I died. I will say, this is a lot more fun and cooler than, like, in Sonic games when, you know, you're just running and going through loops and stuff. Like, I gotta steer, and actually turning slows you down, so, like, you don't want to overturn. You want to, like, have a good line. So there's more to it here, and it's engaging, but it still feels cool, and it feels like I'm going real fast and shit. And, you know, I think loops still work as, like, cool spectacle moments, even if the camera doesn't pull out to show you. Like, I know that I'm going upside down right now, and it's cool. You feel it, right? It works in Mario Kart 8, works in F-Zero, works in this. Can we please stop with the scripted loops, please? Fun level. Just being like, we're just gonna run fast and it's gonna be cool. You can see why Lake wanted to do a F-Zero game. You laugh when I get punished for reading chat. Happens a lot. Alright, here's the level. Here's the one where Lake was like, yo. How about that intro to Sonic Unleashed, though, am I right? Mix that with a little bit of Starlight Carnival, but make it, like, cool. And it has the thing from the first game, where it's like Egg Fleet, where you're destroying ships as you go, and it's awesome. And again, look at this, running on these paths, and it's not scripted. I actually have to steer and follow the path, and it's fine, and it works. You can let the player play the game, guys. It's okay. The casuals would complain it's too hard. I guess that's the thing. The only people playing Spark are hardcore Sonic fans that are into this shit. A 3-year-old could not do this. A 3-year-old would struggle. And that's what Sonic Team wants. A game a 3-year-old can play. little bit of Eggman land here, too. Feels a lot like the Werehog sections. You were 7 and you struggled with Sonic 3? That's the thing. They don't want a game that people are gonna struggle with. They want a game that infants can play. Yeah, this would be a cool climbing level, but you know. You know. Yeah, I should definitely try a no power run. Where's the pad? Here we go. You want your grandma to be able to play the game? Yeah, because grandma definitely wants to play games like this. Yeah. This is pretty cool. Honestly, the best parts of this, again, it makes sense why Lake wants to do an F-Zero game. The best parts of this game are the parts where you're just running on the paths and steering and trying to follow along. Those work really well. Way better than the platforming. Make automation exclusive to the easy mode? The problem with that is if the game is designed for it, there's no way around that. Like, it's just what the game is. Okay, so this level is totally based on the one F-Zero GX track, right? With the 3 paths. There's no way it's not. Fuck you. It totally is. Here's a way you can force player to do loops. You make the loops sideways, so if you try to jump out of it, you'll fucking die. Oopsies. Too much speed, too much height. That's the thing with the boost mode giving you too much speed to make turns. But yeah, this stuff is definitely the best part of the game. This is where it works the most. Just fucking run. Oh god, Clint Westwood, thank you. Hold on. Give me a sec. Second needs to stop pandering to the wrong people. I mean, if they want to make money, no, they shouldn't. They're doing the right thing. Can't you just go over the whole level? Yeah, fuck. You think they could cater to all skill levels if they put in the work? You mean like what the original Sonic games did? Don't know how I feel about this ability to just, like, go over all the hazards. That's a bit questionable to me. Oh my god, Marius, thank you. While you love Lake making an F-Zero-like game, you miss XF Drive. Basically, Outrun meets Trackmania had a demo in 2019. Oh, I know. I played that Sage demo. It was fucking awesome. Marius, you and I have very similar taste in games, I have noticed. You know what's up. Oh, yeah. This section is pretty difficult to do. Especially with the speed boost active. This section is cool. The, like, heat from the burners, if you go off the platforms, you start taking shit tons of damage. Like that. Cool idea. Oh my god, I died across the finish line. It is just like F-Zero. Similar taste, but you suck at speaking English because of your Eastern European accent? Eh, whatever. You got cool gameplay, though. That's what really matters. Alrighty. Final boss. The only one that we're gonna bother with. Oh yeah, you get like a super form. And it gets a super form, too. It's the same boss from the previous game, but now he's got a new form, and I've got a new form. Epic final boss fight. So you know how you fight him? Can you guess how you fight him? See, and again, like, these character models do not look very good. These animations don't look very good. The character designs are not very good. You lose a bit of the hype factor when everything's kind of lame looking. At least the song is peak. The song is awesome. Whoever does the music of the Spark games, they kill it every time. Totally not cooler final form? Absolutely not. Never. You get the feeling the guy making this is having fun? Oh, he clearly is. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do all the cool shit that I love and all the things that I'm into. I hope the finale of Spark 3 lands it. I think the first game does a much better job with its, like, giant fucking Goku laser at the end. That's cool. This is, falls a bit flat. Hope the third game does better. Also, the fact that the story in these games is garbage doesn't help. Oh, that is the fight. Oh yeah, the fight was over. Oh, the combat in this game. Curious guy, thank you again. Playing this whole game in challenge mode was so easy, and then the final boss took you an hour? Really? I've not bothered to play this game on higher difficulties, because I assume you just take more damage, right? Don't really think like... Doesn't really seem like it would make that huge of a difference. These animations are so funny. Yeah, yeah. But tomorrow, we'll be doing some Spark 3. Hold on a second. Let me pull up this. Got a new thing for this, too. And it has outro music, which is just Cloud Build, because Cloud Build, the best. Flo got a serious glow up in 3. Yeah, she looks weird in 2. Downgrade again. Yeah, this one is especially crappy, but I'm not too worried about it. Whatever. This isn't going to be on screen for very long anyway. The text written with the mouse was funnier. It was funnier. And it was crappy and charming in that way. But it also looked like shit. So anyway, that's it for today's stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hope to see a lot of you tomorrow. I'll be doing my first playthrough of the Spark 3. Should be a good time. I look forward to seeing what improvements it has. And then next week, since I didn't do any videos this week, I hope to get a lot done. We'll see. We'll see. Bye-bye.